What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Sunless Sea. In the previous episode, we had actually done a whole lot of stuff with the extra move, and that had gone pretty well. We're sitting on top of, if we have an Apochian chess piece. I don't think I do. We do have something awaits us right now, so we can either explore the Coral Knoll around Port Cecil, or we can go, ooh, I blocked that one. That Hiccup tried to get me. That Hiccup tried to throw down. It tried to make me look stupid on camera, but I was like, nah, Hiccup, not today. We were in the middle of the street like gunslingers, just woo. And I drew faster. Hiccup. That's what happens when you mess with the champ. Anyways, back to business at hand. I got sidetracked. It's the little things that always get me. Gather Scintillac's fine. We succeeded. We got 3 more Scintillac. We are cruising on a bunch of Scintillac right now. We have ludicrous quantities of Scintillac. We're about to make a lot of money when we get back to town. We've also made really good progress along like all of our quests. Strangely enough, we've banged out like a big chunk of this guy over here's quest where we got to drop off the Lornflukes and whatnot for the Scintillac idol or whatever the hell it is that we're doing. Yeah, I'd like to repair my ship, and I think I'm going to do so. Just at the cost of this bound shark's life. Sorry, buddy. I promise to use all of the parts of you that are useful to me and then throw the rest overboard. Because it's the Unterzee. It's the 1800s and we're on the Unterzee. We're basically allowed to do whatever we want with regards to animals. I want its cave armature. Absolutely. Digging deeper, we succeeded. It's begun to distort its shape, but then a shark has no bones. Rods of iron inserted deep into its flesh have done impossible things. There are organs in there that none of you recognize. Its suffering must have been extraordinary. We've got 3 terror, 2 hull, and a hunting trophy. I thought we got more than that, but maybe it was the other sharks that help out with that. We've got Station 3. I'm going to go down to the Melting Isles. We never go to the Mangrove College. And I think that's a reasonable place to stop off at, although we are a little bit low on fuel, so I'm going to take it easy on the lamp for right now because we've got plenty of terror. In the previous episode, we had concluded a quest that gave us like all of our terror back, and it gave us a whole bunch of good things. Seriously, we are sitting on top of like a huge amount of resources at the moment when it comes to like Z stories and whatnot. We just got 25 of like every type of Z story for free when we finished the last quest. What is this guy over here? A pirate frigate? Well, pirate frigate. I'm about to say frigate to your life. I'm about to be all up in your face just like, nah, G. We don't play the game like that. We play the game the way it's meant to be played, son. We take this shit up to professional tour levels. And look at you, just getting whacked out in the middle of the ocean. You thought you were the predator, but you were the prey. You thought you were the predator, but I was Arnold, slathering myself in mud, just waiting for your shit to come by. We took a whole bunch of... Yeah, that's fine. That was a resupply that was more than worth it. We got 1 free supply and 3 free fuel. Sounds good. That'll buy us another 2 minutes or so of sailing without getting into too much trouble. Down south to the Melting Isles. I don't think there's like a major quest out here, although this is one of those locations that I haven't been to in a while. So stopping on by here might be a decent plan, just in the off chance that one of the 7 people we're looking for is down here. Maybe that would be something to add to our docket of stuff to accomplish. Aside from that, I don't really know, though. Mangrove College. We have something awaits us, so that's good. We can pick up a passenger, which sounds pretty good. I'm going to do that. We have a shady sword. The Corsair's Forest, please. Guider's Morn. Nope. Not in a hurry, but I think I might stay below decks. I don't carry the fee on me. You'll just have to trust me for it when we arrive. Thank you. A pleasure. That didn't cost us anything, and it's just an extra task for us to work on. We've got Mysteries of the Z. They will allow us to take Z stories and convert them into secrets if we've got enough. We can also get our port report right there. I would say Memories of a Lost Shore. We don't have a lot of actually that, I guess that docket of stories that we picked up from that last quest is probably a good thing because it looks like we were just about tapped out with regards to all that stuff. I'm going to go beachcombing. There's driftwood, something glinting, or a nasty glob of goo. I'm going to do the driftwood. Well, it was Child's Toy 1. Someone inscribed their name on it in a string of numbers. Ciphers? Oh, cool. We got some more fragments. That's kind of nice, I guess. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. We can go into the jungle in the Wispways if we wanted to, but I don't have enough candles to feel confident about that venture. Oh, I don't want to do 7 Z stories. That's really expensive. It was like 1 or 2. I might go in on it, but the cost is just too high for what we're getting out right there. To the Uttershroom. Of all things that it is utterly a giant mushroom that people live inside of. Hopefully the air's not too soupy when we arrive. I'm not really interested in breathing any clam chowder right now. Clam chowder. Don't really like Boston clam chowder. I'm okay with, like, I'll eat Boston clam chowder. I'm not picky when it comes to food. Like, I'll eat just about anything you put on my plate as long as it has some culinary origin. But I guess anything's a culinary origin if you're adventurous enough. But still, at the same time, if I have my choice, I got to go with New England. I think New England I like a bit better. Boston is all right. I got to be in a particular mood, though, for Boston. And that mood is that it's got to be cold and rainy. But also, I've got to kind of be in the mood for, like, tomato bisque or something, which is rare for me. And it usually requires grilled cheese. Like, if I've got a grilled cheese, that's one of the few foods where I'm like, yeah, I would like a tomato-based soup to go along with this. In almost all other circumstances, I'll be like, nah, I pass. But in the case of grilled cheese, for some reason, having grilled cheese just really makes me want to have a tomato-based soup. So I guess that would be my stipulation right there, that I would go with Boston clam chowder over New England clam chowder. But everything else, I think I would rather have New England. Let's see, the Uttershroom. We can gather intelligence, sounds good to me. We can experiment with a... Oh, man, if I had catches, I guess we could have done that. I didn't even know that that was an option. Okay, well, I guess I'll think about... Wait, what? Did I just pick up Blemigans? Oh, shit, I picked up Blemigans. Okay, so we've got Blemigans on board. Blemigans are kind of a strange acquisition because we can use these. They're basically cats mixed with... It's the temperament of a cat installed inside of a jellyfish. And we can take these and we can colonize them in other places, and if we are successful in this regard, they will take over places, and then we will just have to wait and see what happens when we do that. I mean, they're basically jellyfish that have fangs, and they purr, and are generally discontent and grumpy if they're not getting their way. My cats pout and get very, very violent when they don't get their way. Well, Ollie does. Maxwell, on the other hand, will just vomit and throw up and pee and shit everywhere when he's mad at you. He's much more passive-aggressive, whereas Ollie will put the dukes up. Maxwell is not that guy. My dog's developing kind of a backbone, too. I got to get on top of that. Every now and again, when you correct him, he'll look at you and he'll be like, brr. And I'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. We just crossed some lines, doggy. We just crossed some lines. When you're fully grown, you're going to be 100 pounds and more than capable of murdering me. We probably need to scratch growling off the list as a thing. It's not a big growl. It's not like he looks you in your eye and goes grrr as you walk away. He just goes brr for like just a second. And then he's like, oh, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I'm a little bit worried about, like in Family Guy, there's an episode where Brian bites Peter and he just like figures out that that's an option. And then he's like, hey, what you doing with those eggs right there? But that's my breakfast. And he just like jacks Peter's breakfast. Like, do it or I'll bite you, you know? I don't want that to become my house. I don't want that to become my house. So I should, every single time that happens, I think something weird's happening to my game, and it's just giving us a new background. And this is the only location that does it. The Fathom King's Hold. We can get an audience with the Fathom King. We can trade for drowning pearls. I don't know if I care about that much. We can trade one scintillac for a white molly flower. We can put a Blemigan ashore, although I don't think that they'll really appreciate that. I think that's a bad plan. But hey, let's cross some places off the list. A gift from the Myceligaean mother, the porter says dispassionately. The Fathom King will be pleased here for your trouble. Cool, I guess we've propagated Blemigans here. Hooray for us. They were also happy about it, which is kind of rare by comparison to the rest of the Unterzee. Most people don't seem super stoked about the fact that you've brought Blemigans to their land. The King of the Sea seems like he might enjoy that, though. I'll take a white molly flower, because I don't know what it is. You now have a white molly flower. Place it in water if it needs reviving. Crush it and bite it when the need arises. It is proof against seeing things that aren't there, which is the only trick they know in Dahut. A sniff and a jealous song go with this observation. Alright, so apparently it gives me some level of shielding from the mysteries of Dahut. I don't go there very often, because Dahut never seems to work out for me. Like, the way that I see it, if you burn your hand on the stove the first time, it's not your fault. But if you do it like a second time, and like a third time, and a fourth time, it's really your fault. And Dahut is kind of like the hot burner of the Unterzee. Like, I'm sure there's a payoff there somewhere, but it comes at the cost of scars and loss. And I don't have a whole lot to lose. Well, actually, I have tons to lose right now, which would probably be the reason why I steer away from it. Let's be fair. I'm going to go down to the Grand Geode, because somebody said they had wanted to be dropped off there. Granted, it was a person that we had carved a square-shaped chunk of their flesh away with a scalpel, or at least assisted in that regard, so my guess is that he's probably up to no good when he brings us down here. He's probably plotting revenge. The other guy wants to go up to the Iron Republic, but it's the final resolution of our quest, so I figure why not. It's the last little, twitching vestige of that which we've endured to accomplish this entire time, so whatever. We'll give it a go and we'll see how it pans out. Kitties. Yay, more kitties. I swear to God, cats know that this game is being played. It's the perfect game to cuddle a cat while you play it too, because honestly there's a lot of downtime. Not a lot of stuff happens in the interim in this game, so what better to have? You could have a cat right there, maybe a Game Boy, maybe just a good stiff drink for you to focus on. That works as well. Probably a good thing to have around. Let's go to Zelo's town. I'm not going to talk with the guy, though, that... I don't know, there's a guy here. The someone in authority, that never works out for me either, so I'm going to stay away from it. I can sell the Memento Mori to the remnants of the Dawn Machine. Let me get that right there. I can get an element of Dawn if I have vital intelligence from the Commodore. I can ask the Commodore for a defense against the sunlight for Estival. That takes so many supplies, though, and a Dread Surmise, which is really hard to come by. I'll put a Blemigan ashore. The Blemigan whirls cheerfully and erratically across the quay. Apparently bewildered by the play of colored light, a marine watches with some alarm as it approaches. He raises its boot and stamps hard on the dazed creature. As you leave the scene, he's fastidiously wiping violet blood from the sole of his shoe. Well, there you go. Parting with the dogged apprentice. He stands on the deck, staring at the glittering geode beyond the Royal Marines. His lips twitch, and he has something to say. The apprentice's voice catches in his throat when he tries to speak, and finally he takes a deep breath and manages to whisper. He'll make thousands more, just like the first. He turns to you. Beads of sweat have gathered at his temples. I wanted to defy the laws of nature, but not like that, and now the Z will burn. The dogged apprentice dabs his forehead with a handkerchief, then brushes past you to join the bright-eyed people of the Grand Geode. Okay. I can sell the Memento Mori if I want to right now. I don't know if I want to. It's kind of a curious question. Sure, let's speak with somebody in authority, inevitably have something bad happen. Oh, the Commodore is here. Cool. Alright, we gain a memory of distant shore and we lost some terror. Nice. Unfortunately, our yearning burning has gone up slightly. So I guess we're yearning for a burning right now. There are worse things to yearn after, so I accept that. I accept it. To the north, to the Republic. That doesn't make for a very good rap hook. That seems like it would not work very well. We accept what we get in this life. Some people are given an allotment of super smooth rhymes. Some people are not. Some people are not. We don't have that far to go, and actually this has been a really, really lucrative journey, so I feel good about going back to London right now and kind of seeing what lands there. I'll probably make the best beeline that I can after we go to the Iron Republic, because I can't think of any tasks that we have to accomplish elsewhere. Doesn't seem like something we need to worry about for right now. If I could increase my veils, that might not be a bad plan. What does she have? She has... Oh, she has mirrors. Okay, that's acceptable. He's probably got... Oh, he's got veils. Looky here, you've got veils. Well, let's increase our veils then and make it better. I'm actually going to blow all of my secrets on veils right now. Absolutely. Take us on up to about 51 veils. Very, very nice. Our stats are finally starting to form out to where we've got enough stats right now to do most of the mid-level challenges. We will founder a little bit on the more challenging ones for anything but irons, but for the most part, we've got ourselves pretty well rounded out. Hydrogen for the Empire of Hands. No deposit is required. Whatever deal the monkeys have with the Republic considers them good for it. So there it is, a delivery of hydrogen. I will go to the Iron Republic and we will part with the crotchety tobacconist. He breathes in deeply and nods his approval. If I could wrap this place into a cigar, I'd be rich. The crotchety tobacconist shakes your hand vigorously. Oh, you my gratitude. This will be a fine place for us to produce more of those underwater beauties. By this time next year, we should have the entire Z burning. He extracts a cigar from his seemingly bottomless case, but pauses before lighting it. Thank you again, my friend. You now have supremacy. The anarchists. I don't know if that's a good thing. The Calendar Council, they're kind of fickle. Give me a port report. We've gained 2 hearts. We didn't lose anything, so that's always a good thing when you come to the Republic. You can sell the Memento Mori to a purchaser in the Iron Republic. You will get a captivating treasure, a mirror catch box, a bowl of Zoop, 13 devil bone dice, and 7 secrets. That's a pretty good payout. let's take a look at what the stores have for us. Maybe we'll get to sell some of our... Oh, we've got firkins of prisoner's honey and everything else. We can trade for a Sooth and Cooper long box. That's not too bad. I'll take a cask of mushroom wine and a firkin of prisoner's honey because we needed that for the investigator who's over at Temtum. But aside from that, I think we can probably stop off right here. Oh, my kitty's getting grumpy right now. I haven't petted him in a while because he's in a weird, awkward position that makes it so I can only pet him in an unsatisfactory way. Like, basically, I'm caught between a rock and a furry fanged place right now. If I pet him, his positioning is such that the pet will fall on a bad location on the cat and he'll bite me. But if I don't pet him, I feel like there is the marked chance that I'll get bitten anyways. Ah, to own a cat, what lovely creatures we've invited to live inside of our homes and sup with us. To break bread with such a nasty, evil little creature, and yet to love him so much. It's a strange emotion. There's nothing like owning a cat. It's like living with a virus in your house that really would destroy you if it was 50 pounds heavier. It's living with an apex predator that if it could only summon up the courage to end your life while you sleep, totally would. But in the end of the day, cats are kind of cowards. I've never met like a brave cat before. Ollie will occasionally get like a stroke of genius where like you'll swat him for doing something evil, and then 10 minutes later he'll run into the room, bite your heel while you're looking at something on the computer, then run off. He always gets his revenge. He has to get the last strike in. For some reason, I elicit this emotion in cats. Almost every cat that I own has kind of this like one-upsmanship and violence that nobody else's cat seems to have. You can listen for surface gosh, a gift for the Pirate King. That one looks like a surface sailor. Surely you could coax him onto the ship. Sure, let's try. We succeeded. So there it is. You can be charming when you exert yourself. You entice the surface sailor on board with promises of Z-stories and neat delicacies and bludgeon him over the head between courses. They fall gently into a bowl of sea lily soup. You order your crew to take the prisoner below deck and lock them up. They comply quickly enough, but you see them shoot dark looks at each other out of the corner of their eyes. So we got terror. We also got menaces, which, not good. Humane canal-wise, we can listen for surface gossip. That gave us another vision, so that's good. We have a spy on board right now, so any moves in the great game that we might accumulate will probably be limited because we can't catch the little bastard. Increasing our veils will help. That's gone up by 10, so our chance will rise, not considerably, but by like 10-15% as we move forward. But still, it's not going to be enough to catch him consistently, and we can't seem to get the little bastard. Back up to London we go. Off to London we ride on a horse of steel. It's a seahorse of steel. We've got to amend the metaphor a little bit. But I think it still works if you really apply yourself. That doesn't leave us with a whole lot of tasks to be accomplished. Obviously, we've got to go back to the Isle of Cats and drop him off with Isery, because I think that was one of the stipulations of him coming along with us, is that we had to drop off a surface sailor, someone with like skin like coffee or something like that. I don't know. He used some cryptic way to request the person that he was capturing. He wouldn't just like come out and say it, I assume because he was worried it was going to get around on the internet and he'd get into trouble. But like he wouldn't just say what he wanted from us. He had to use some kind of poetic way to entice and cajole. So I did it. I did it because he's got us between a barrel. We've got to get immortality, and he's one of the people that stands in the way of us getting it, so it behooves us to make him happy, I suppose. What else can you do? Kidnapping. It's always such a complicated affair. It can never be simple. It can never just be like, bonk, you're now with us. We got to sail halfway across the ocean. We can't really admit that we're a kidnapper. Got to upset half of our crew with our bludgeoning and our binding. Got to keep it alliterative, too. Otherwise, it doesn't count and it's not good enough. Into London we go. We're going to have to resupply here. That's a little bit unfortunate. We are really, really low on supplies. Let's give them some gentle encouragement. No, we can disguise our prisoner. No, I'm just going to bribe him. We have the money. You hand over the exorbitant bribe. The duty officer takes a quick glance around the foredeck and seems satisfied. You thank him for this pointedly perfunctory service. Goody. Messages from the harbor master. I find that it's always best to go see what they have at the Rose Market. We'll try again. We've got extraordinary implications and we've got unread logs. I'll sell an extraordinary implication. Shoshana holds a mirror over her pot of tea. The steam fogs the glass. As is market tradition, you write your information into the condensation with a finger. When you finish, there's a rustling beneath her scarves. A wrinkled hand emerges from the silk and places a fat envelope next to the teapot for the knowledge and your silence. So that got us like $400. It's not too bad. Let's go to the Wolf Stack Exchange. We've got a shit ton of scintillac to unload, and that's going to make us a very wealthy man or thing. All right, didn't we go sexless on this one? I don't recall. We did something, and I can't remember what it was. We've got all the things that we need right there to make everything work the way that we want it to work. Let's turn in all of our Admiralty reports. And working our way through those, I'll probably keep the ones that are underwater just so we can turn them in when we go up to the north. Ooh, it jumped me out. I think I clicked the wrong thing right there. In a game full of menus, it's only a matter of time before you screw it up. Empire of Hands, sure. Frostfound sounds great. Estval is good. Chillenet is better. Fathom King's Hold, Grand Geode, Irem, Rosegate we'll keep to ourselves. Hideaway we'll keep to ourselves. The Gant Pole we'll keep to ourselves. Low Barnet we will keep to ourselves. No, we won't. We'll take Rack. Hideaway, we can speak to the Admiral, but we don't need that for right now. We have a new recruit. I will accept that. Oh, we have the Genial Magician. I'll take him on board, absolutely. And then we'll probably do some carousing here to get more crew. There it is. We got extra. No, we lost our terror, actually. So that's good. We'll hire on some more crew. That'll get us rounded about as far as everything else goes. We don't have a free night at the moment. I would suggest maybe we go to the Tingle in the Spine. Why not go for a stroll? I guess we'll go by Lady Bones Road. You walk between the terrace houses, catching glimpses of businessmen and poets at their writing desks, families enjoying charades, as fancy people say it, cats observing you with imperious eyes. You're hungry, you check your pocket watch. Heavens, if you're late for dinner, that old codger won't let you forget it for a week. You arrive wheezing, but on time. The jocular gentleman joins you shortly thereafter and jokes about your ruddy complexion. You place your orders and excuse yourself to the lavatory. When you return, you find 2 pots of squid stew gurgling on an empty table. They smell foul. The establishment is molding and the bill is unreasonable. Great. Fantastic. My favorite. I'm going to ignore my dreams because ignoring that never has anything go wrong. In my lodgings, I will look through for options, but we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for the next episode of Zubmariner. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. It was a blast, and I look forward to sharing that explosive release of energy with you when next we meet. If you've had the chance, take a look at the Patreon and see if there's any bonuses there you'd like to get for yourself, while at the same time supporting the channel. If not, I bid you all adieu, and thank you. Bye, everybody.